Hey everyone, it's Adeline from Imperfectly Made by Adeline, and I am back to share with you a recent make that I did. So I had shared, this must have been back in November, I think, my Florence fold over bag for Ellie and Mac patterns. This was the bag that I had made, and I had said in that video that I was going to be making something, a whole outfit to go to the Burner Boy concert that was happening in November. That got canceled, but that is a whole nother story. I don't want to get into all of that. I had made an outfit, or was making an outfit, and the concert got canceled. But anyway, I continued to make the outfit anyway, and I wanted to share with you because I wore it today. At least most of it. Some of it never got made, and I will get into why later. Here's the purse or the bag from November, and I had wanted to make a coordinating top with it, and there was a pattern company that I had come across online, called Pattern Couture, and not familiar with them at all, though kept seeing them on my Insta stories about all these patterns that you could get, reasonably priced, such and such, such and such. Also, around that time, I saw some makers talking about be wary of AI pattern companies. Didn't put two and two together, potentially AI. Anyway, your girl ended up buying a whole bundle of patterns, one of them being this. It's called the Simona Vest. I made it. Um, I figured out that it may have been AI. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me. Don't sue me. This is not like, I'm not trying to um, run anyone's name in the mud or anything like that. Though the instructions were not very clear, there were missing pieces in the instructions, that is, that made it seem as though whomever or whatever put together the pattern didn't know what they were talking about. And I have a whole bunch of their patterns. I think I bought like 15 or so of their patterns earlier this year. So this summer I had tried to put together shorts, and it was a total fail. Um, but with this, it being literally like three pieces, I figured I could figure it out. And that's basically what I had to do. Um, but I did figure it out, and it worked out to my benefit, that is. And so this is the vest. It is one of those, it's kind of like a half blazer vest in that it ties on the side. So there's a front piece and kind of like a back piece, and then the ties. Okay. And the white button up that I'm wearing is just from Old Navy. I wanted to wear another patterned shirt from them. Um, on the pattern, it says that it's called an oversized shirt. On the file, it's called a drop shoulder shirt. And the instructions, so many things were out of place. Um, there were so many like missing pieces in the instructions. And it was like one of those things where if I were a beginner sewist who've never sewed anything ever in my whole life, I would have been lost from jump. What was said to be the right side of the fabric based on the color scheme on their legend, didn't match when they were talking about it in the instructions. And so it just was a whole mess. I'm still going to try to put together that shirt. Um, and when I do, I'll make another video about it and kind of just like go through those instructions too. Um, but yeah, it was treacherous to say the least. And again, it's like five pattern pieces. And given that I'm not like a novice sewist, I can figure it out and hope that given the knowledge that I have and all the mistakes that I've made over these years and such, I'll be able to put it together in some way, shape, or form. But I do feel bad for folks who maybe don't have that knowledge base and they're really trying to learn how to sew on a budget and they just don't have the experience or someone to help kind of walk them through. So, buyer beware is what I say. But I do like what I ended up making with what I had. Um, so there's that. So I have my bag, which turned out really well, I think. And then the matching or coordinating vest. And then I made, this would be my third VikiSews pattern. So I have um, I have a blazer, a crop blazer, and a tailored pant that I haven't shown you all yet that I sewed, not for myself. I actually sewed for someone else. I know, shocking. Um, but I will showcase that in the very near future. And those were my actual that those two were actually my first ever VikiSews pattern. And I made that for my son's girlfriend who's graduating from graduate school on Friday. She asked me to make her something for her graduation. And I usually don't sew for other people, except for my mom and sister. Those are the only other two people that I've sewed for. Um, and so I was kind of intimidated because I don't know about you all, but like when I sew for myself, if when I make mistakes, I can kind of figure it out and it's not that big of a deal for me and then it helps me grow my skills like later on. Um, it just I don't know, it's just different when you're sewing for someone else. This is like where the perfectionism piece like tends to pop its ugly head for me, hence my handle imperfectly made, um, because I strive for progress, not perfection, which is something that is really difficult for me, especially being a Virgo who like needs to have things like so. Um, but I executed it. We had some fittings and it turned out good. She likes it. I have some pictures. I'm going to have her take pictures at her graduation with her wearing um, the outfit. And then when she does, I'll post some pictures and then I'll talk about my process with that VikiSews pattern. But with this VikiSews pattern, I made it's called the Asna Leggings, literally like two pattern pieces, um, fronts and backs. And I don't know what you all's experiences are with VikiSews patterns. And I have a lot of them. I just have never sewn them before. And I was expecting more than what happened with it. And I was a little frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. I was very frustrated with the instructions. Um, Again, I executed it. I got the leggings. I think they turned out pretty good. Um, are they my fave? Absolutely not. Do they work? Absolutely. Will I wear them? Mm-hmm. Will I make them again? I'm not sure. With most of my makes, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that again. With this particular leggings, I don't know. I think I need to think about it for a little bit. But that is my honest to God review of this particular pattern. Um, and we'll see. Um, and I like leggings, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I was not on that bandwagon when they came back out some years ago. I was not on that bandwagon. Um, but at this stage in life, it is what it is. So those are my makes. The Simona Vest Pattern Couture, um, the Florence fold over bag, which I've showcased before, and the Asna Leggings VikiSews. Oh, Ellie and Mac patterns, and then Asna Leggings from VikiSews. Um, I would love to hear what you all think if you've come across the Pattern Couture patterns. What has been your experiences with them? Are you a VikiSews fan? Again, I have so many of her patterns, and I'm going to continue to make them because I have them and I will make them. Um, and maybe these are like more rookie mistakes and rookie experiences, and I just need to get out there and make more. Um, but I'd love to hear what you all think. So, again, thanks as always for listening to me, I guess, rant about today was more of a rant than a rave, maybe. But listening to me today talk about my experiences with these patterns, and I hope that you all are sewing and not stressing too much as we close out 2025, and hope that you have some rest and relaxation planned as we finish out this year, and can't wait to sew with you all into the next year. Until next time, we'll talk to you later. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.